against Beasley. Mitchell passes to Bogdanovich. Out to Conley. 5 on the clock. Pass to Ingles. Nice ball movement by Utah. Towns with the steal. Here's Okogie. Finished off the break. And now just a 2-point Jazz lead.
And you talk about clutch plays. I mean, defensively and offensively. And we saw it right there.
Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Russell passes to Hernan Gomez. Over to the left wing. Over Bogdanovich. No good from Hernan Gomez. A lot is on the line here.
Crowd is so focused.
Good.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
There's Russell with the 3. A shot, no good. And Utah the other way now. And an intentional foul right there. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Joe Ingles. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And so they choose to intentionally foul. It's the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Growing before our eyes, the confidence of Gobert. Comfortable doing a little of everything now.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Down low. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within 5.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
He's an ultra-quick lefty with a great feel for how to run a team. Mike Conley is a tremendous asset for this franchise.
Frames it from downtown.
And there's the punchline. Russell delivers it on point in style.
Okogie inside the 3-point line. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
That's why you want him at the line when the game is close. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 3. 6 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Also, interesting choice to be made right here. You need either a 3 or a quick 2 and a foul.
We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Rudy Gobert.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with a win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they back.
lower body fluid. And goaltend.
Defensively, by using right on the D-pad, you can adjust your overall defensive focus, how you defend against screens, as well as how to defend in transition. If you've got a versatile lineup like the Rockets, then you might want to switch everything on screens. But if you're rolling out a traditional big, that may not be the best decision.
We are nearly the players level. Thank you, David. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Beasley.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 spot. And for the Timberwolves, we've got D'Angelo Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there, and it's Towns in at the center, locking down the middle. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Now Lillard, and get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. Whiteside finds McCollum. 5 to shoot. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. Beasley comes with the double team. And the rejection by Towns. Here's a Kogi. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. Let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same, because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing and adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes in the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games in my opinion.
Very interesting. And they pick up 2.
An active competitor, Russell won't go down without a fight, especially around the rim.
Shoots from the block. And it's Lillard missing.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that anyway.
Beasley. Here's Hernan Gomez. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, the Blazers boasting one of the game's elite backcourts in Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. I mean, other than the Splash Brothers, these two have the most points in three-pointers of any duo over the last handful of seasons.
Timberwolves have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Basket, good. Russell's got his second basket.
And this is why you like size in the backcourt. Russell taking a hit, yet still able to finish.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. Pass to Whiteside. It's McCollum on the wing to stop the run.
And it's not tough to fall for the pump fake. McCollum loves fooling defenders and getting them up to lead their feet.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. Throw good, McCollum. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. He hits both from the stripe. Timberwolves leading by 3. Noel. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And the Blazers used to stagger Lillard and McCollum's minutes. Chris, now they've embraced these two, playing together more often.
Yeah, and they should, Kevin. I mean, they're both standing about 6'3", so defensively they give up a little height. But on their offensive end, the firepower that they bring to bear is something to watch.
Here's McCollum after the basket by Minnesota. Portland no good that time either. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Rebounded by McCollum. Trailblazers trail by 5. Culver with the steal. Nurkic with the steal. And a lot of contact on that one. So we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. But double-checking, and the game continues on.
Now, here's Culver. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Rockets in Houston. And that one, good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Trent. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Little, it's tipped.
And great positioning there from Culver. That's what allowed him to get the block.
It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Just a little too amped up here early. 2 fouls on him already. That's going to affect his playing time.
The Trailblazers have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Towns, he's checked in for Minnesota. Culver dishes to Towns. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Fast break, here we go. And the bank shot is good.
Improving as a distributor, it helps when Hood tries to share it like this.
Noel, he's guarded by Nurkic, and there it is for him.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Towns with the steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That's his first foul. Noel, and he drops in the layup off the glass. He has 6.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Nurkic, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Minnesota with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Karl-Anthony Towns. Layman is out there with Culver, and it's Reed in at the power forward.
Well, the best season of his career, Kevin. But then Yusuf Nurkic suffered that gruesome leg injury. It was a huge loss for the Blazers and a long road to recovery for Nurkic.
Trent passes to Collins. Outside Hood. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. From the corner. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And confidence is a key for Hood. I mean, he makes shots like this. It should only help his assertiveness moving forward.
And the Blazers were looking for that third star. Chris Nurkic was starting to look like he might fit the bill.
But Kevin, let's think about it. You could argue that he was one of the top 5 centers in the league last season. He just turned 25, so hopefully he's still on the upslope of his career.
And there's the call on Karl-Anthony Towns. That is his first foul of the game. Okogie's checked in for the Timberwolves. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Nurkic against Towns. Just 5 to shoot. Kept alive. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Nurkic.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Reeves dishes to Carmelo. Shoots over Culver. Anthony's shot is off.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rush his release a little bit.
Okogie, the pass to Reed. He dishes it to Towns. And there's the pass to Okogie. Fires from 18. Another miss by Minnesota. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. And stolen by Ariza. Anthony dishes to Nurkic. You played for a lot of different coaches in your career, Chris. I'm sure you saw characteristics that you like in a head coach with all the different people you played with.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want coaches that challenge you, that want to make you better, that helps with the team chemistry. But I would say, number one, you want a coach that understands they are such a good coach that their job is to infuse you with as much information during practice, and then come game time, they trust you to go out and do your thing. They don't micromanage during the big games. They say, wait a minute, we put in enough practice time, you know what we should do, now go out there and execute. The ones that trust you, you got to love them.
Right. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That is his first foul of the game. Russell looking around. They could use a bucket. Here's Johnson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the NBA's top defenders down low. The league's leaders in rejections this month. In the third spot, Hassan Whiteside.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. A minute 20 left in the first half. Russell left side. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Russell's got 6 points.
A quick-minded player. Russell can adapt to defenses and put the ball through the hoop.
Lillard, the pass to Whiteside. Back to Lillard. He kicks to Whiteside. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from the elbow. 2 points. That one goes. Whiteside's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, Kevin. Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Russell dishes to Beasley. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Minnesota, they had made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Towns, he's checked in for Johnson. And Portland with a change here, too. Little's checked in. And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
This is who McCollum is. Someone who's ready to fire as soon as the ball touches his hands.
Inside, here's Towns, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Goes back up. Crafty move. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Hassan Whiteside.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
2 shots. And he sinks the second.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit.
And a close game so far through the first.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They've got a 2-point lead. Kenny, some perspective. And
legendary baller like Mike, like Will. 96 Impala.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Yusuf Nurkic.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys to the ball.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3.
And during Ariza's career, he has established himself as an effective role player and fantastic outside shooter and a tenacious defender.
And even though, Chris, he isn't the athletic dynamo he once was, the length of Ariza is always a factor.
Yeah, I mean, for years now, Ariza has been a nuisance for opposing scorers with his reach. And Kevin, do you know he's great at contesting shots, and he's good for at least 1 or 2 takeaways a game.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. It's good. This game is all even. Lillard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Russell with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Here's Towns. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Whiteside. McCollum right side for the lead. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. McCollum's got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
You can't forget about McCollum from there, proving once again that he's not just a jump shooter.
And they double up Russell. Passes to Beasley. There's the 3. Timberwolves keep it alive. Yes, that goes in. And Gomez has got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to keep him off the boards. He is a beast on the offensive glass.
Pass to Whiteside. The shot, no good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That sets off a 5-game tour for them. The shoe culture becoming a bigger part of the game. Signature shoes, custom shoes, collections. P.J. Tucker with over 4,000 pairs of shoes. See, Webb, are you a collector?
I love it, and it's all because of the Jordan phenomenon. What Michael Jordan did for the game, not just with the shoe, but what he did for the game and making it be so cool in the culture. I got to give my boys in Michigan, I got to give us a little credit, too, with what we did there. But the shoe game has definitely become something that's just crazy out of control. I love it, but no, yeah, I'm a little bit of a collector.
Here's Culver, and too long on the shot.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Reed, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Lillard outside. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Pass to Culver. Here's Reed. Collins grabs the miss.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
Back to Lillard. McCollum outside. Lillard attacking. It's deflected. Portland needs to get off a shot. Nurkic can't hit. The Timberwolves have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Here's Layman. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now here's Little. He's guarded by Johnson. Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
Yeah, I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possessions. They're not playing defense with anywhere near the passion they showed in the first half. There's been a big-time drop-off.
Johnson's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 3. The pass to Trent. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Trent's got his second bucket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Russell drops one in from the wing.
And sensing the situation, Russell with the stop and pop. Nice choice.
Outside Hood. Passes it to Little. Three seconds left. Misses at the rim. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Trailblazers lead by 3. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. D'Angelo Russell out there with Beasley. Then it's Johnson, and it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
To the paint. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Hernan Gomez.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
McCollum passes to Ariza. Knocked loose. Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Ariza. Pass to Whiteside. Shot clock at 6. Over Johnson. They get it again. Anthony. And that one is off. Minnesota shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Johnson right side. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Trent passes to Anthony. Whiteside, and Whiteside stays right with it.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And the Timberwolves call time here. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. Towns, he's checked in for Johnson. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Ryan Saunders told his team. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. And the shot is good.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. I mean, the D is worrying too much about the other 4 guys. I mean, they can't give him open jump.
Russell with a wide open look. Sinks the triple.
Good form on the jump shot. Russell's ability to stretch the floor makes him even more valuable.
Ariza outside. Dishes it to Anthony. Over Hernan Gomez. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Timberwolves trail by 6 to the left side wing. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, and the blinding quickness right there on display from McCollum. He excels at leaking out and capitalizing on the open floor.
Russell kicks to Beasley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Okogie tried to bank it in, but he misses. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Here's Ariza. And the layup falls.
It's clear to me. Is it clear to you that Ariza feels at home in the post? I mean, just working his way inside and nailing these quality shots.
Another miss by Minnesota.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, it's still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they can be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far, but, you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that, you know, those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address, but I love the fact the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Like the Clippers of a year ago. They looked like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr. Ballmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out and recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pitch.
Lillard from outside. A shot off that time. And Minnesota will come the other way. Russell from long range. Shot clock reset for the Timberwolves. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Russell against Lillard. Goes up on the high post. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Trailblazers lead by 10. Okogie, the pass to Towns. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
Ariza with the bucket.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
It's McCollum on the wing over Beasley. Offensive rebound, and Whiteside stays right with it. Whiteside's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Without staking it out if you.
This is the 2KMC, and it's that time. Top plays time. And this week, we're showing your best from 2K Compete events. Let me see them plays. Tipping things off, we have Liam Creasy playing Treasure Hunters. Catches the
The city of Denver is we get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. If you look at the Nuggets, right now they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And of course the Trailblazers, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And when you look at Portland, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Now, you just don't want to sit in the middle for too long. You either want to be competing against the top teams or starting to strategize where you can position yourself for a high lottery pick and maybe turn around your franchise's fortune.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. And for Denver, at the forward slots, it's Barton and Millsap. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Paul Millsap continues to work hard and continues to be an example of hard work paying off.
Here's McCollum. Good work defensively by Millsap. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Denver.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
I like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
And he banks in the layup. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Anthony's shot is off.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
Murray kicks to Harris. Pass to Barton. Three-pointer. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Ariza. To the middle. Here's Lillard. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Lillard's got his second basket of the night.
How about the experience paying off here as Ariza excellent at noticing that his man was wide open.
Denver with a new 14. And here's Harris from the arc. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Right side, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Shot is good off the back rim and in. Millsap's got 5 points so far.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
And the Nuggets franchise still looking for their first trip to the NBA Finals.
How about the franchise making the ABA Finals back in 1976? So it's been quite elusive here in the mountains to get the finals back to Denver. 40 years ago, still looking for that trip.
And here's Ariza after Jamal Murray was able to get that triple. Here's McCollum. Score of the basket is third after 5 shots.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Barton, no luck. Trailblazers leading by 3. Ariza goes in. And Ariza with the stuff.
Give him these kind of chances, and Trevor Ariza is going to hurt you.
Jokic passes to Barton, and it's Denver scoring again.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Out to the right wing. Right side inside. Millsap covering. Basket counts.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. It's a 5-point game. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
Here is Harris following the score by Trevor Ariza.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Anthony against Millsap. Anthony's shot is off. The Nuggets trail by 7. Here's Barton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, and there goes Barton. Kicks it into another gear.
The Nuggets have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Pushing it up. And Hood the bucket on the assist by Little.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Barton kicks to Craig. From deep. That one, no good. That one, no good. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
They've got Michael Porter. Grant is out there with Plumlee. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Craig in at the 2. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Now, here's Nurkic. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision-making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision-making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
Here's Trent. No points in the game yet for him. Lays it up and banks it in. Trent's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers. Now here's Porter. Defense right on him. Plumlee, the pass to Grant. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And here's a look at some numbers for Plumlee. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. Averaging about 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters. And that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
Here's Trent. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. They get the rebound. Nurkic, another shot, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nurkic with the pump fake does a good job fooling the defender that time.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
And so, Brent, you and I know the legend of Nurkic. Back in Bosnia, a sports agent read an article about a huge policeman, 7 foot, 400 pounds, and this agent tracked down this policeman and asked him, do you have a son?
Well, that son is Jusuf Nurkic, the guy you're seeing out there, and 14 years of age, Jusuf Nurkic had never played the game of basketball, so the agent took him under the wing, and the rest pretty much history here, Kevin.
I like that story. The kick out to Porter. Back to Grant. Stolen by Collins. Left side, Hood. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the game plan against the Blazers, the last few postseasons has been trapping Lillard and McCollum and forcing someone else to beat.
Yeah, and you wonder if this is an opportunity for Zach Collins to really step into his own, along with Nurkic, who last year was injured during the playoffs, so that there can be some points and contributions coming from your power forward and center position. That'll ease some pressure on your backcourt.
Good on the bucket. Little's got his first points of the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Morris kicks to Craig. Now the pass to Plumlee. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Back to Morris to stop the drought. Uses the glass to drop it in.
Catching the lead pass at full speed. Terrific anticipation. And the delivery, Kevin, on time, on target.
Now here's Hood. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Millsap.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
One of the big calling cards for Rodney Hood and why he can compete at this level is his athleticism. So as long as he believes in that, he can continue to make contributions to any team.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Grant, and Murray subbed in for Morris.
And Nurkic proving he's got a little touch there from the mid-range. Very difficult guy to guard.
Here's Jokic. The kick out to Porter. Passes it to Murray. From deep three-point range, offensive rebound. Jokic on the follow.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And here are the Trailblazers. They're on a 16-4 run. Murray against Lillard. 1:22 left to play here in the second quarter. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lillard.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
Craig kicks to Jokic. Shoots over Nurkic. And Jokic gets it to go. Jokic has got his third basket of the night right there. Portland leading by 20. Feeds to Nurkic. Pass to Ariza. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Back to Murray. Puts up a three. Portland grabs the miss.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Jokic, is he? I think he's showing some emotion, Kevin.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard, the pass to Hood. "17 seconds left now here in the second. Anthony can't hit. Here's Murray, and the basket is good. Murray's got 5 points so far.
Surprising quickness. Murray bearing his head down and just sprinting to the rack.
1 second left. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They are in control of this game, up by 18. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now.
And that does it for our...
Me, I don't get it, no clue. That just, do. That just a moment I add to the list. Get no energy too.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. One of the stories here, Nikola Jokic getting it done today.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Whiteside in at the 5.
Well, the bio says 7 feet and 265. Whiteside usually finds a way to get the shot to go despite being hit, thanks to those numbers. Incredible strength.
Most every team now, Brent, looking to run when they can run. Who's the most lethal big man in transition? Can get baseline to baseline in a hurry and make a difference at the other end.
Don't think I've seen any player do the type of things at his size and with his stride than Giannis. I just think there were eye-popping plays that people could not wrap their head around what it is he could do. Taking 2 steps from half court, lengthening out his right arm to finish at the rim, grabbing offensive rebounds from the block, not taking any steps and dunking it over the top and getting to the free throw line. Giannis running in transition as a big is a problem for the defense.
And all that on the offense, but on his defensive side, he was always doing the same kind of things defensively. Blocking shots, blocking out, whatever the case may be.
Yep, causing, just the simple fact of being a deterrent, Kevin, to people coming into the lane and using that length. Giannis Antetokounmpo is something special in that regard as a big.
Both ends of the floor, I totally agree. Catching up on the changes for Denver. Plumlee is checked in for Jokic. Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. And Monte Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Nuggets. They trail by 18. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And you see Jeremy Grant on this team, he means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
Left side, Collins. Back to McCollum. Collins in the post. Grant on him. Collins, good.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Down low, here's Plumlee. Out to Harris. Pass to Morris. Martin with it, now defended by McCollum.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. McCollum's got 9.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Plumlee in the high post. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Good work there as it goes.
A well-schooled player with an improving touch. Plumlee lines up that shot and calmly knocks it down.
The feed to Whiteside. Banked in off the glass. Whiteside's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Terrific instincts defensively as Zach Collins able to reach over and get that one.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And now here comes Collins leading the break. Here's Trent. No good that time. Some solid defense from Grant. Out to Morris. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Here's McCollum. The rebound by Grant.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And that one drops for him. Morris has got his second bucket of the night.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Trent, covered by Morris. Trent passes to Whiteside. And the shot goes in. He's got 11.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Will Barton actually showing signs of strength, willing to take those shots, even though the defense is all over him.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Jeremy Grant, and it's Jamal Murray in for Morris.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And again, Denver no good. Trailblazers leading by 20. Here's Whiteside. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Nuggets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Millsap grabs the miss. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Harris kicks to Jokic. There's the pass to Murray. The 11-footer off the left rim and out.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Portland out in front, just dominating this one. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Jokic. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist.
Man, Jokic is making all kinds of plays here tonight. Very aggressive on the offensive end.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan, too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
Count that one, and that's now 7 points for Millsap.
You can see how comfortable Millsap is right now. His confidence growing.
Right side inside. Jokic defending. Right side, no good.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Yeah, just phenomenal at using that vertical on the offensive boards. Porter just gifted at coming up with second and third chance opportunities.
And Portland making a change here. Trent's checked in. Anthony taking his time here. Passes to Ariza. Now, here's Lillard, guarded by Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony dishes to Lillard. Over Millsap. Cans the shot from the wing. And that's 12 points for Lillard.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Murray, no good. Portland leading by 20. Ariza passes to Trent, and Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And how often do players argue calls knowing that they are in the wrong? They know they're going after something that was the correct call.
Let's just say often, Kevin. I mean, you just never, the whistle.
Are they thinking ahead in terms of saying?
I don't think so. It's emotional. It's just an emotional reaction. I mean, you're out there running around and doing what you do, and you get a whistle, you're going to react to it like, oh, I did something wrong. Why am I in the principal's office right now? I want to get my side out. I know you saw it. Everybody does.
That sounds like you may have done a lot of that.
I tried to avoid that, Kevin.
Did you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think that's healthy for you and your reputation.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Trent. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Here's Jokic. Portland grabs the miss. Anthony left side. Pass to Trent. Doubled by Murray. Back to Anthony. Over Harris. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Porter passes to Harris. Over Ariza. Out to Harris. Pass to Porter. Back to Harris. Now Millsap. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Bangs home the trifecta. Porter's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Portland.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Hassan Whiteside.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Now, here's Lillard from downtown. It's hauled in by Harris.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Porter, and again it's Denver.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Back to Whiteside. He dishes it to Ariza. A second chance effort, and yes, it's good.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And Portland has possession. Shot from the wing, missed. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
soul, just do it.
We like to keep in touch and keep you guys connected, and we've been seeing so many new faces in the community.
That's right, there are a ton of new and exciting NBA 2K content creators all over the place, and we want to feature some of the best ones right here on 2K TV, starting with an interview next week with a member named
Let's meet the starting lineup for the Business
And we've got time here. A little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And the Clippers starting 5. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubats in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Bagley in at the center. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
A combination of unforced errors and just poor decision making. They need to be much better in that aspect of the game this time around. A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating. 0 for 3 now in the early going, just a little bit out of sync.
Leonard with the ball, started now by Barnes.
That's lit right there, courtesy of Kawhi's natural explosiveness.
The Kings have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
And here is Zubats. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. Morris, no good. Leonard against Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
Everyone knows how athletic Barnes is. Demonstrated yet again with the slam.
George against Barnes. Here's Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Bogdanovich with it. Guarded now by Morris. And Bjelica kicks to Bagley. Shoots over Zubats. He can't get that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Yeah, they look right at home, except they weren't. Great job of blocking out the noise.
And Leonard has it in the corner. The baseline J. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
And here is Los Angeles now after the Kings pick up 2. Zubats, and boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Sacramento making a switch here. Fields checked in, and then for Los Angeles. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats, and it's Williams in for Leonard. Here's Bagley. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Bagley's got his second bucket. If you look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense. alone.
Here's Bagley after the basket by Montrezl Harrell.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Morris finds George. And the three off target. The Kings trail by 5. The drive by Bagley. And the rejection by Harrell. And that one's good. Beverly.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Bagley in the post. Harrell on him. Bagley with the bucket. Bagley's got 6 points.
Got to push Bagley out of the paint. Once he's close to the rim, he is locked in on scoring. You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Giles checked in for Marvin Bagley. Jabari Parker comes in for Bielitsa. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Joseph in for Fox. Over to the wing. Harrell down low. Green, the pass to Williams. Bucket is good.
Using his athleticism in the paint, Lou beats everyone to the punch.
From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Los Angeles on top, up by 5. Live from Golden One Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, we've got Montrezl Harrell. Green is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the point. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Parker. Here's Giles. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over-eager.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Los Angeles. Harrell kicks to Leonard. It's deflected. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Pass to Jackson. 6 to shoot. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the team. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. They trail by 1. Holmes with the steal. To the inside. Giles, the pass to Joseph. Back to Giles. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
Here's Holmes. And the shot goes in. Holmes got the lead up to 5 now for the Kings.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Chalk up 2 there. On offense, here are the Kings. They're on a 14-6 run. Shamet with the steal. And the dunk by Jackson.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
The 3 from Joseph. Another 3 for Sacramento. You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media. It's aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin. If you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans, it's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they missed. We still got to understand they're human and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve. Here's Holmes. Leonard with the steal. 55 seconds left here in the second, and he's good on the 3 ball.
Great rhythm on the catch and shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
Pass to Giant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Parker's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Hield, and it's Fox in for Joseph. Pass to Williams. Inside, Morris. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Parker. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Yep, that one goes in there. And it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The 3 from Barnes. No good on the shot. Here's George. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome. From the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong. They launched into a 6-0 run. And that...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Marvin Bagley. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And Bogdanovich kicks to Barnes. Clock at 6. Baseline try. Bagley, no good. Clippers leading by 6.
Well, some ups and downs for Marvin Bagley in that rookie campaign with the Kings, but you could see the flashes of potential and the tremendous work ethic when he was out on that floor.
Fox against Beverly. Just his first attempt. Paul George grabs the miss, and the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. And with Bagley, the mobility he showed for his size is really what impresses you.
And that blend of size and speed is why many feel like he could play across the entire front line. Wasn't in the Rookie of the Year race, but in a few years, he could be right there with the best of the best from that 2018 class.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Barnes passes to Bielitsa. Got a piece of it.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Leonard attacking. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, you know, the truth is Leonard's been focused all night. Has an array of go-to moves and the endurance to keep on coming.
Barnes passes to Bielitsa. Kicks it to Fox. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Zubats against Bagley. And here's Barnes for 3. No good that time. Great D that time from Leonard.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do. Understands the spacing.
Here's Bogdanovich. Morris with the block. George looking over the floor. And Leonard has it in the corner. No good from outside.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Down low, Paul George with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Harrison Barnes. He's really stood out for them over the past month. Averaging about 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
The pass to Bielitsa. To end the drought, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Sacramento, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. First one falls for him. A smitty of recent players to enter the league. Which had rookie seasons that surprised you?
I think Donovan Mitchell, the way he came out of the gates. I knew Luka Doncic was good, but because I hadn't seen much film or seen him live, he surprised me. Trae Young, the way he's played from a small guard position, those are some of the guys that have surprised me. Some were high draft picks, and some were a little bit lower, but those are the 3.
All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's top scoring teams. 4th, the Clippers.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Good on the second free throw. And here are the Clippers. They're on a 14-3 run. Here's Harrell again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit, probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Williams with the ball. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Fox kicks to Parker. And that one hits back iron. Clippers leading by 17. Harrell dishes to Morris. Pass to Jackson. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. second team foul.
8 seconds left in the third quarter. In the corner, Harrell with it. There's Williams with the three, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Los Angeles, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the...
Hey, don't give in. Keep playing.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Jackson. Harrell is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Landry Shamet, and it's Williams at the shooting guard. The Kings trail by 17. Now the feed to Parker. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator, and that's one reason why his team is playing well.
Clippers moving the ball around. High post shot. They grab their own miss. Fires for three, and that one's good. Shamet. And the Clippers lead by 18.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
I mean, defensively, if you have any hope of coming back in this game, you can't afford to give him those looks.
Williams inside, guarded by Fox. And it's Williams. That time the assist by Morris. Morris has got 3 assists now in this one. So the wing on the left. Fox passes to Parker. Now Bielitsa. Steve, the G League is now offering select contracts worth $125,000. They want to attract prospects straight out of high school. What do you think of that?
You know, I like it, Kevin, and I think I'd love to see that number go up and up, and I like the opportunity for some of those guys to be able to go straight out of high school. It's good for some, it's bad for others, but I think you have to give those guys that opportunity. Spacing and ball movement. We hear coaches talk about those two elements all the time.
Jackson finds Shamet. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Giles. Good work defensively by Morris.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
2 points, that one goes. Bielitsa's got 4 points now in the quarter. Clippers leading by 20. Jackson kicks to Harrell. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Parker. And it's good, 2 points.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Williams against Hield. Williams passes to Morris. The kick out to Williams. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Clippers lead by 21.
Quick feet, quick release. Hard to check Lou Williams from beyond the arc.
Here's Fox. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
1:46 left in the fourth quarter. To the paint. Here's Harrell. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got 5 assists in the game. Hield against Williams. And the rejection by Harrell.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Los Angeles.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win. And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Montrezl Harrell.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm, and that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial six-man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
A platoon swap here for Sacramento. Farrell for three. Doesn't go for it. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
That's his first personal foul.
That free throw good from Patterson.
Patrick Patterson with his great shooting stroke, always looking comfortable at the free throw line.
And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Farrell. He's guarded by Williams. Farrell passes to Len. Shoots over Zubac. Rebound by Williams. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Zubac. The kick out to Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.
puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
This week on NBA 2K TV, one-on-one with Warriors Eric Paschall.
Oh! Okay.
My team card updates. We give you tips on basic play calls.
Hi, Allison. He's doing it all, DA. Thanks. And here's a look at some numbers for Sharich.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Sharich and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Oubre in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Bagley, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot.
And how about the awareness there from Fox? You got to love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
A lot of great young talent. Both teams loaded with young talent. What's the key, do you think, Doris, as you've watched this league, to unlocking that potential and making them what they're going to become?
Yeah, I think for young guys, Kevin, one of the challenges is focusing on getting better every single day. It's the little choices these guys are making. They're going to put in the time to be working on their shooting or their off-the-bounce game or their defensive prowess. Can they be unselfish? Can they be sort of big picture thinking in terms of just not only their success, but the guys around them? That's hard for a young guy.
Here's Rubio. Sacramento making their last shot. Here's Sharich. And the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, what determination from Dario Saric. So good at being aggressive around the rim.
Bielitsa with the bucket. Bielitsa's got 6.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
To the middle. And the dunk by Bielitsa.
And that's another basket for them. They have really come out blazing here in the first.
And stolen by Bogdanovic. The Kings another fast break chance right here. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now here's Šorić. Here's Ayton. For three, Booker. Phoenix no good that time either.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the inside, it's Bielitsa, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
Knocked away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Oubre. And the Kings making a change here. Hields checked in. Mikal Bridges checked in for Phoenix. Rubio against Fox. It's blocked.
That's an encouraging sign for sure. Boy, when DeAndre Ayton is hustling and focused, he can send it back with the best of them.
The Suns making a switch here. Baines is checked in. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Booker the pass to Ayton. Misses off the right iron. And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last worst in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
Shot by Hield, nobody around. Again, the miss by the King.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior. Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Harry Giles is checked in for Marvin Bagley. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for the Suns. Carter comes in for Ricky Rubio.
Look, guys, what a terrific feel for the young Booker. Knows exactly how to take what the defense gives him.
Down low. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. And it's Barnes with the ball for Sacramento. They're leading by 8. Fox. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
And some changes here for the Kings. Jabari Parker's checked in for Bielitsa. Ken Bazemore comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Joseph in for Buddy Hield. Good work there as it goes.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
And here is Fox. He's coming off a 28-point game against New Orleans.
I love that he sacrificed his body over and over. His persistence in getting to the free throw line really paid off for them.
2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And the dunk by Parker.
What a nice aggressive move by Jabari Parker. Such a good finisher around the rim.
Carter on the wing. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Rebound by Parker. Kings leading now by 9. Here's Joseph. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Jerome passes to Kaminsky. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Kaminsky's got his second bucket of the game to go. He gets it up. Got it to fall! It went down. He got it to fall. And so it's Sacramento up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back to the action after this word. And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Kings here, they've been really putting on a show, guys.
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Frank Kaminsky is out there with Johnson. Then there's Carter. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Jerome in at the 1.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. You talk about bangers in the NBA, Doris, the Australian. Aaron Baines, rugged as they come.
Kevy is the very definition of an energy guy. This man is a great defender. You get blindsided by one of his picks, you are going to feel it the next day.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Carter kicks to Johnson. Carter looking around. Drills the three-pointer. Carter's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Joseph the pass to Giles. Bazemore for 3, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bazemore's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Johnson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. With the fadeaway. It's good on the putback.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
I'll tell you, terrific read from Corey Joseph. He recognizes the overcommitment of the defense and takes advantage.
And the powerful one-handed slam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Stolen by Carter. And Kaminsky with a clear path to the hoop. And good that time. Kaminsky's got 8.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
It's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players could be like. And here are the Suns now. After the Kings pick up 2, the rebound by Giles.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Now here is Carter. Pass to Kaminsky. Here's Baines. From deep, Johnson. They get it back. Baines passes to Jerome. Outside, Carter. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got 4 rebounds in this game. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
And the dunk by Parker.
Wow, what anticipation by Jabari Parker on the defensive end. Turn him over, get out and run.
Jerome passes to Carter. Phoenix no good that time either.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
And so it's Sacramento in complete command. Their lead at
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the... It was a fast pace for Sacramento at the outset. Their mission to dominate early was accomplished. And that should...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You got to like what Kent Bazemore has done in this game.
And we saw just how important he is for this team in the first half. He was getting everyone involved.
His fingerprints were all over this, involving his guys with his passes, finding different ways to take advantage of the defense.
Bogdanovich out there with Giles. Then it's Bagley. Then it's Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Barnes in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And Saric kicks to Booker. Jacks up a 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
And there it is for him.
Boy, there's nothing the defense can do about that. DeAndre Ayton, locked in and focused, just goes right against quality defense.
Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. This pause in the action gives us a chance to see the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers this month. The Suns third.
They're taking advantage of every mistake that their opponents are making. I mean, they're really converting points off those turnovers.
Rubio, the pass to Oubre. Rebound by Bjelica.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
And stolen by Ayton. Saric, right side. Booker finds Saric. Fires the 3. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
And some changes here for the Kings. On the heel, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Fox in for Giles. Bridges, he's checked in for the Suns.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. It has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Passes it to Bridges. Over Barnes. Another one falls for Phoenix. Sacramento leading by 23. It's stolen by Bagley. Here's Fox. And he makes good on the layup. Fox has got 4 points in the quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
He's all alone. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Boy, that's fast break basketball at its absolute best. Outstanding assist to finish it off.
For Sacramento, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
We all know Hield can shoot it, but for him to get better, he's got to keep adding different dimensions to his game.
Near the three-point line, it's Booker. It's hauled in by the Kings.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm. Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
I'll tell you, solid defender, right? He can cover multiple spots. Barnes active getting up into that shooter. Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Fox finds Bagley. Got a hand on it. They get it back. The kick out to Fox. And another shot. And it's laid in by Bagley. Bagley's got 6.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Saric passes to Bridges. Here's Rubio. Connects from three-point range.
Well, you want to stay on balance and in control. Ricky Rubio, nice catch and shoot.
Kings moving the ball around. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bagley.
Looking now at some numbers for Bielitsa. His last 10 games, he's putting up 9 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Saric passes to Bridges. From deep three-point range. And it's Fox with the rebound.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
Saric, that's good.
This guy is an efficient scorer. Dario Saric knows his strengths on the offensive end and can capitalize.
And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. The tray. But they recover it. Bagley. Now the pass to Bielitsa. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Sacramento. Kaminsky is checked in for the Suns. Kelly Oubre comes in for Saric. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Bridges. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Heel. Left side, Bagley. Shoots over Oubre. Bagley, no good. With 1 on the clock, he can't get that one to fall. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Suns, Kelly Oubre out there with Diallo. Then it's Frank Kaminsky, and it's Okobo in at the 2 spot. Pass to Diallo. Here's Jerome. He's covered by Joseph. Clock at 4. The 3. Great D that time from Bagley. And for Sacramento, they're shooting so well. The offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. And turnovers have been the issue for them.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Diallo, no good. Kings have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Of course, you can't help but notice the teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Here's Okobo. Buries the 7-footer. For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Diallo the pass to Okobo. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Over Bogdanovich. Here's Diallo. Here's Okobo. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Okobo's got 6 in the quarter.
Looked like some confusion defensively that time. Left him wide open for a nice look on the jumper.
Tries from 10. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Oubre's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, you can see Kelly Oubre Jr. just wants it more than everybody else. Such heart and desire.
Ooh, that kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That'll be his second foul of the game. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and then to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Okobo looking over the floor. No good there. Good D by Bogdanovich.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Kings.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Marvin Bagley.
Well, I think his contribution clearly came at the defensive end, right? He came up with a bunch of huge steals. He was a menace all night long.
Corey Joseph's checked in for Sacramento. Pass to Okobo. Now Diallo shoots over Holmes. Diallo no good.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
The 29th pick in 2011. Boy, Corey Joseph, what an energetic, committed defender. And the thing I love, he can guard either backcourt spot.
There's 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Passes to Jerome. Back to Baines. From 15 feet away, that one falls.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, truth is, though, he's tall enough to get that off against anyone.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
That's tipped, and they go to the intentional foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
And he makes the first. Both shots good from the stripe. There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. For three, Bridges, it's good from long range.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
The three from Bogdanovich. Off target with that shot. And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. This game, thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
and lower body fluid. And goaltend. puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV. Let's jump right in and play some 2K.
A couple of weeks ago, we caught up with Warriors rookie Eric Paschall, and I challenged him to a game of 2K. He is surprisingly good. Check it out. Welcome to 2K TV.
Looking down upon the Tower Bridge. And his thing. Well, winning a big part of it, David. Thank you. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. You take a look at Los Angeles. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. And checking out Sacramento, they're at the 10th position.
You know, for Los Angeles, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
And I can't see any reason why they can. I mean, they've got to be considered one of the favorites to lift the trophy for me.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Green is out there with Avery Bradley. And it's McGee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Bagley in at the center, filling out the middle. And this late in the season, Clark, for non-playoff contending teams, really there's nothing to lose. The pressure is gone. You can let it rip, can't you?
Yeah, there's a freedom that you can play with when you don't have the pressure or the expectation of being a playoff team. And sometimes that allows you to play your best basketball because there is nothing to lose.
There's the pass to McGee. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Inside and stolen by Barnes. Bogdanovich against Green. Bagley. Rebound by JaVale McGee.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And it's Davis missing. For Sacramento, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Bogdanovich finds Fox. They get it back. Bielitsa with the bucket.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now, here's Green. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Pass to McGee. It's Bradley on the wing. Shoots over Fox. Tries again. Yep, it counts.
Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
Kings have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Fox passes to Bielitsa. Barnes against LeBron. Back to Bielitsa. Elbow shot is on the way. And that one is good.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Davis kicks to James. Back to Davis. Now the dish to James. To the middle. Davis, the pass to McGee. Lays it up off the glass. McGee's got his second basket of the game.
Hey, there's a reason why he shoots such a high percentage, guys. I mean, he picks smart shots, high-quality shots, in close shots that he takes.
McGee with the block. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. Here's Green. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Wasted no time on that one.
Yeah, and Bagley has the reputation for showing variety. Can score in a different way on each possession.
Davis, again, Los Angeles.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Back to Bagley. 5 to shoot. Shoots over McGee. Bagley, no good.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agree, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space.
And space is what he had, fellas. Soft defense there. It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. Howard's checked in for Los Angeles. Markieff Morris comes in for James. And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. 7-point differential. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Capable of scoring under duress. Pressure doesn't seem to bother Joseph. In fact, I think it sometimes makes him better.
Rondo kicks to Kuzma. But they get it back. Back to Caldwell Pope. Kuzma passes to Morris. Second chance shot. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Parker, right side. Shoots over Kuzma. Can't hit from 12. Up in time.
You know, one of the strengths of Corey Joseph's game is
and that concludes the first quarter of play. Lakers ahead, up 5. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Sacramento, Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Giles is out there with Parker, and it's Bazemore at the 3 spot.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap to squeeze it through and just couldn't get it done.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Lakers leading by 5.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Hield outside. He kicks it to Joseph. Passes it to Bazemore. Here's Giles. He's guarded by Howard. In the corner, it's Hield over Caldwell Pope. Hield can't hit. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
Rondo with a clean look, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Rondo's got his second basket of the night. Here's Giles. He's guarded by Howard. Morris against Parker. Over Morris. Parker's shot is off.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Caldwell Pope passes to Howard. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. For 3. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss. The Kings trail by 9. Here's Hield. No good that time. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Howard finds Rondo. Back to Howard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. You were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Hield. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
LeBron drives in and finished off by LeBron.
And, you know, I think this is exactly what you want Howard to do. I mean, when somebody's open, show that you're willing to give the ball up. Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
LeBron kicks to Davis. Barnes grabs the miss. And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the King. They trail by 11. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that'll be the fourth of this 5-game homestand.
And Fox is so good in the open floor, Kevin. Whether he's passing to teammates or doing his own grocery bagging, this dude's a major threat in the open space.
And Bradley gets it to go on the assist by Howard. Howard's got 3 assists tonight. 27 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Barnes looking around. Back to Hield. Pass to Bielitsa. Over Davis. Bielitsa misses. Here's Caruso. And there's the pass to Davis. Hits it from 3-point range. Davis has got the lead up to 14 now for the Lakers.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count.
He made it! He caught it! Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up. And that'll do it.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he's still... that was worth the price of admission.
Nothing out of the ordinary there for LeBron. I mean, insane athleticism.
And LeBron James, Clark, climbing the all-time scoring list. Last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
From 20 feet out, and it goes down 2 points. LeBron's got 5 points in the quarter.
And, you know, LeBron's a threat to score as soon as he touches it, Kevin. Such an aggressive offensive player with great skill. Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Feeds to Davis. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Davis has got 9 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Back to Bradley. LeBron outside. 6 on the shot clock. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. 6 points for Avery Bradley.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
Pass to Bielitsa. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Sacramento moving it around. Barnes passes to Bagley. It's Bielitsa. Wow, way off on that one.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backdoor thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
It's stolen by Green, and it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Parker's checked in for Sacramento. And then for Los Angeles, Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Avery Bradley.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Pass to Rondo. Right side Davis. Moves back up. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Barnes dishes to Fox. To the paint. It's stolen by Davis. And the wide open shot from Green. Off target with his 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. We were asked this the other day, you and I, if you could choose one guard in the league to shoot a clutch 3-point shot for you, Clark, who would be your guy?
Ironically, they're both on the same team, Kevin. I would start with Steph Curry. I think he clearly is the guy you want shooting it. And then after that, I would go with Klay Thompson. There are a number of other guys, but Steph is a pretty good gap in front of most. And then I think Klay is just a notch or two below Steph.
I agree. Great backcourt. Lillard up in Portland, another one. There's so many great ones in the NBA.
Yeah, Lillard would certainly be on the 3-man list for sure.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
And Holmes throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Bagley kicks to Holmes. It's stolen by Davis, and it's the Lakers on the break. Pass to Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
Boy, he makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Rising off the ground like that. Kuzma takes a lot of pride, not only in finishing with finesse, but power, too.
Here's Bagley. Offensive rebound. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Caldwell Pope. The Kings shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Dwight Howard's checked in for the Lakers.
And one of the youngest rookies when he came into the NBA, Bagley reclassified in high school so he could get to college a year early.
And it's Hield off the drive. Here's Holmes, and Holmes throws it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. 3-pointer. Rebound by the Kings. To the middle. Here's Bagley. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on Los Angeles.
And that's the thing about Bagley. Big, athletic, versatile, very hard to stop without fouling.
And he makes both free throws.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
LeBron passes to Davis. And the Lakers turn it over again.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here. with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. That's at the point with Hield to his side. They're the backcourt. Bielitsa is out there with Giles, and it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Fox, no good. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles leading by 10. It's going by Hield.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Lakers. 17 points was their biggest margin.
Boy, LeBron's so strong, so athletic, so smart. I mean, a bunch of his points come when he's driving full speed downhill, and he's impossible to stop.
Hield from outside. Drills it from outside.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Here's Davis. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Got a piece of it. The kick out to LeBron. Dishes it to CarlWhizzer Pope. Lakers working the ball around now. And James with the basket on the assist by CarlWhizzer Pope. 15 points for LeBron. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
CarlWhizzer Pope kicks to LeBron. Outside for CarlWhizzer Pope. From deep, 6 to shoot. Unable to get that one. And the Kings going the other way now. There's the 3. Bielitsa misses.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
CarlWhizzer Pope outside. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is CarlWhizzer Pope. Love seeing that.
And the pass to Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Rashawn Holmes. And then for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Green comes in for Kentavious CarlWhizzer Pope. And Bradley's subbed in for Alex Caruso. Sacramento again missing.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Pass to Giles. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Out to the right wing. It's Bielitsa. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
And he's fouled pretty hard on. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Luke Walton was just talking about strategy with his team. The focus of his speech was hustle. He told his players, those guys are going to come at us. We have to match their intensity, and we have to play with a great deal of energy. We're all in here, fellas. Kevin?
LeBron with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. Bradley can't get it to go. There's the feed to Barnes. And it's Barnes smacking it down.
Nice seeing Barnes go for that dunk. Always looking to finish with power at the rim. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Passes it to Davis. It's tipped, and that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Cook kicks to Green. Pass to Kuzma. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Here's Bagley. Off target on the 15-footer. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. For
lower body fluid, and goaltend. puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltend.
And it's going to be the 2000s team off the tip.
Do you have a different position in terms of what you play, or do you usually kind of model your game after how you play in real life?
No, I'm 100% a shooting guard.
Okay.
Because in 2K, like, it depends. It depends on, like, what you want your player to play like.
Right.
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. DA. Well, and DA, that's the standard for the Lakers organization. Thanks for that report. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morris.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And now the Lakers starting group. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. JaVale McGee is out there with Davis, and it's Bradley in at the point. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's George in at the shooting guard position. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Can't cash in from close range. And so Green will bring it up for the Lakers. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played. James against Morris. Fires from the line. Davis on the follow.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
James kicks to Bradley. Stolen by Beverley. Here's Leonard. That shot, no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Well, it tells you a lot about who was the more aggressive team. I mean, they should have that same exact attitude tonight.
And here is Zubac after LeBron James hitting the 3. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Leonard kicks to Zubac. Clock is at 3. That shot off the mark. Excellent D that time there from McGee. James with it. Leonard picks him up. Left side, Davis. Green deciding where to go with it. Back to Davis. They kick it out to Green. Here's Bradley. Kept alive. Davis on the follow.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Back to George. Rebounded by the Lakers.
You know, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
Pass to McGee. Stolen by Zubac. Here's George. Leonard the pass to Morris. No good on the triple.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
James dishes to McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
An elite passer in his position. I mean, James always seems to make the right decision.
Greg, when you evaluate Avery Bradley, the offense isn't what it once was, but the defense is certainly still there.
Yeah, Bradley has struggled with the scoring in recent years, but defense, that does not go cold. Still a menace to ball handlers, and his reach and length can suffocate perimeter players.
Now here's James. Following the miss by Marcus Morris. Here's Davis. Shoots over Leonard. The second effort. McGee's shot is off. Clippers trail by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
George finds Morris. Beverley for 3. Bradley with some nice D.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a great play, and he does it without fouling.
Davis. The second effort. Kicks it out to James. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. For the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for the Lakers, Dwight Howard, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Avery Bradley. Here is Williams, following the basket by Dwight Howard. Morris kicks to Williams. Passes it to Shamet, trying to end the drought. Down to 5 on the shot clock, and the shot goes down. 11 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. The pass to James. Fades. Howard, good.
It's a battle boxing Howard out. Too big, too strong.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 10-point lead. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game.
And you know, that's the type of confidence you gotta have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Rondo and Caldwell-Pope in the backcourt. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Kuzma. 14 points from him the last game against Houston. Williams inside. He's covered by Rondo. Williams, that's good. All players look for an edge, Chris. For example, certain guys are just so deceptive with the ball in their hands. I mean, you're always looking for whatever can give you that advantage.
Two of the best. Players and people can complain as much as they want, but Harden getting to the line is genius because he knows how you're guarding him, and basically you got to stay away from him to guard him because he's so skilled. And by the way, Curry does the same thing, and Curry, one of the smaller players in the league, but always finding a way to take the contact, take the bump, but to get the scoring up. And I think as a fan for me, I know as a fan for me, it's fun watching the cat and mouse game between the offensive player and the defender, seeing who can get the best of each other while involving the ref.
They just control their bodies so well. They know exactly what they need to do to get that call.
And it's all on the spur of the moment. I mean, this is all on the fly. Such genius to watch play.
Here's Green. Williams trying to break free, and it's Green missing. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers, and it's Howard finishing it off.
When you allow Howard to get in close, he's going to punch that ticket.
Williams against Caldwell-Pope. In the corner. Shamet with it. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Shamet's got his second bucket tonight.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Caldwell-Pope outside. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Rondo passes to Howard. Launches it. Rondo gets the bucket. Rondo's got his first 3 points of the game.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about the great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Now, here's Shamet. He has 5. 4 on the shot clock. Harrell kicks to Williams. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Looking now at some numbers from Montrezl Harrell. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 8th in field goal percentage, and he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Here's Caruso. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Now here's Green. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the left wing. Harrell finds George. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And they're shooting really well from long range this quarter. They should keep looking to the three-point shot for some extra offense.
And the Lakers get it back. Outside for Caldwell Pope. From beyond the arc and then some. Caldwell Pope's got 5.
Even when he is way beyond the arc, Caldwell Pope is a threat to drop it and to bomb it from there. Just so sublime in how he measures it from distance.
Kuzma against George. Kuzma passes to Caldwell Pope. To the wing right side. Here's Caruso, guarded by Jackson. And that one's good, Caruso. Clippers trail by 12. Here's Shamet. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, the crowd didn't seem to faze them at all. They knew what their game plan was and followed it accordingly. He's got 6 points from beyond the arc in this quarter. I mean, for the game, he's got 9 points from deep.
That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And Caldwell Pope just blows past defenders with his speed. Just a sensational finisher all around the bucket.
Here's Shamet, and he goes in for the dunk.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to... Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. It was all about the Lakers as the game got going. Competing with the chip on their shoulders, they started things off. And...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Paul George really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Warriors is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5. And a big summer for the Lakers, trading for Anthony Davis for a time. Greg, it even looked like they had a great shot at landing Kawhi Leonard.
He ends up choosing the Clippers, which gives rise to a compelling rivalry. The nexus of NBA basketball has shifted to the city of Angels. Whichever team you root for, LA fans with a lot to celebrate.
Leonard looking over the floor. Outside, George. Morris outside. Here's Zubac. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Beverley for 3. Rebound the Lakers. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And again, it's the Lakers.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 16-point game. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. As with every position creating offense now, which big men do the best job of scoring offense?
Like Embiid.
Williams, he's checked in for Paul George. The Lakers also with a sub. Rondo's checked in. Here's Leonard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on LeBron James.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always done. Thank you. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Here's Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
He's been as dependable as he always is. He can't do it all by himself, though.
Rondo finds Green. Here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Morris outside. Here's Beverly, and he lays it straight in.
Well, that's what they want to see out of Beverly. Decisive basketball. Nice, aggressive drive to the cup.
James looking it over. Davis kicks to Green. Pass to McGee. A second chance effort. Kicks it out to LeBron. Back to Green. Shot clock at 6. Tipped away and stolen by Williams. Here's Leonard. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. McGee the pass to James. Knocks down the 3 ball. LeBron's got 8.
I like how James shoots off the pass. He knows how to catch the D by surprise.
Williams dishes to Beverly. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. And the dunk by James.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Leonard attacking. Morris finds Beverly. And here is Williams, guarded by Green. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. "16 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Here's Howard, and the rejection by Harrell. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Lakers on top, up by 15. And time for the short break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Howard is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Caruso in at the point. Davis, the pass to Kuzma. Here's the floater. And that one's good by Davis.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Shamet. Misses the three. Lakers leading by 15. Here's Kuzma. Reggie Jackson with the rebound. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul. Bradley's checked in for the Lakers. The Clippers shooting 47%. Pretty solid. Shamet the pass to Harrell. Outside Leonard. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And really, for some reason, just not a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting so few opportunities at the rim.
Here's Kuzma. The offensive rebound. Howard. It's Bradley on the wing. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Over Leonard. 6 to shoot. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Bradley. Davis has got 12 points in just the second half. Jackson kicks to Harrell. Back to Jackson. Harrell finds Jackson. Kicks it out to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. It's Jackson with the drive. Harrell the pass to Leonard. Good on the three-point shot.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Back to Howard. And here's Bradley from three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Jackson. Bradley with some nice D.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Leonard the pass to Shamet. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Caruso. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Clippers trail by 14. Shamet on the wing. And another three for the Clippers.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Kuzma outside. Howard the pass to Davis. Free throw line jump shot. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harrell's got his fourth rebound in this one. And here's George for three. And another three for the Clippers.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Greg, the way he's firing from three today, they ought to keep riding.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, that's just the mentality you have to have. Not wanting to give the opposition any hope of falling back into this.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
It would be a shame to make all this progress and let them off the hook. Gotta keep the pressure on.
Caruso kicks to Howard. That shot missing, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Here's Shamet. Here's Harrell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. A different look for the Clippers. Zubats is checked in for Landry Shamet, and it's Williams in for Jackson. The Lakers also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. LeBron comes in for Kyle Kuzma, and it's Green in for Alex Caruso. James with it. Williams picks him up. Left side, Davis. Feeds it to James. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
James is used to scoring through contact. Doesn't matter what the D throws out.
The three from George. To the right side. Zubats kicks to Leonard. In the corner, George with it. Over Green. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Paul George. And he commits the intentional foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Davis can't get it to go. A critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Kev.
And it's Leonard missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
And it's George missing. Caldwell Pope outside. Davis. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board. The movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit in his stride is even better.
And so the Lakers take the win. They came in here and took care. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.